Let's get to the bullshit. The coochie bosses said that
Roe versus Wade. Let's get to it.
you cannot get an abortion in 8 states. I don't know all the states. Can we get the list of the states where you cannot get an abortion at?
Swallow.
Where women do not have the choice to make decisions on their body.
Well, that's up to the state. So what they did was they essentially said, we're not mandating it. We're going to go with the states that allows whatever they allow and what they don't allow. Like,
right, but did you see which states allow and don't allow?
Yeah, Oklahoma, Texas,
it's like most of these
southern states, Bible Belt states.
Right. And that's why, like, I don't totally have a problem with it. And here's why, right?
You don't you don't have a problem with?
And here's why, right? So for me, right, like, I've always been like, yo, listen, like, as a black man, we know our history with the federal government. So
what that got to do?
What does that have to do with this?
This has nothing to do with black men.
And here's why. Hear me out, though, right? So as a black man, right, I know my history with the federal government. So
what's your history?
They have a history of
like what?
Oppressing African Americans, like slavery, right?
Cool.
Now look,
you know, it's the federal government that ended slavery, and the states are the ones that wanted to keep it, right?
What here? A question though, right? So here's my whole
land, just
right?
land,
no,
just land.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
land,
right. Yeah.
Do you think?
Right. Please,
just spit it out. You good?
Yeah, right. So like, that's not the point though, right? So like, here's the point. If as a black man, we know that the federal government, they have a history of not being the most trustworthy, right? So I personally don't feel bad if the federal government is taking more power away from
women
themselves, right? No, listen, right? Look, so like, okay. I don't think the federal government should be involved with a bunch of this shit, right?
The federal government's involved in everything. What are you talking about?
And that's my point, though, right?
But why should the states be involved with it?
And listen, right? And like, here's why. I personally think, though, right, that the federal government, right, but should stay out a bunch of these policies and let the state government themselves, right? Like, for example, if somebody in Oklahoma, now, I don't know the exact stats, but I'm sure, but the majority, again, just in terms of like the regular person, but the average person in, let's say, Oklahoma, Alabama, I'm sure they are also anti-abortion. So hence, if niggas in California is saying, yo, like,
shoot the club up and don't keep the body.
Yeah, right? How can we tell, yo, folks in Alabama that abortion should be legal in their states?
So you're saying cultural difference.
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
But here's the problem with that, right? As we start to develop as a country even further, a lot of people's mindset starts to change.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
No, I just say, basically is this. What's done is done. Just flat out. There's only 10 states where men outnumber women. Right now, what they could do to fight all that, since they kicking it to the states, women, get all your people. The midterms are coming up. Kick out your state senators. Kick out your governor. Boom, restore. Vote. People got to start voting their interests. A lot of cats ain't doing this. But Gina, you the woman on here. I'm gonna shut up.
I just think nobody should be able to tell me if I can or cannot abort something that's grown inside of me.
Right, Flakko, you're talking about these states, you know, having the people decide, but it's not the people. It's a bunch of elected officials who don't represent women, most part, making decisions for women.
But like, those are people who were elected but to vote in what but the best interest
but here's
of the
the problem
people,
with
right?
what you're saying, Flakko.
That they're putting their own personal interests in.
They basically said that we need federal rights to vote. That's what they're doing right now. This is what's being pushed right now. If the federal government comes out with bare minimum for people to vote, because they just said, oh man, these states and everything like that. Trump said these states right here have been cheated. Granted, they got a huge population of black people. He ain't even naming states. He's literally naming cities. Detroit, Atlanta, Philadelphia. These places right here, he's saying cheated the vote. A lot of black people in there. You need the federal government to come in and put bare minimums to say you can vote.
So, Flakko, what are you defending right now?
Here, right? So I'm defending this, that the federal government should protect our essential freedoms. Now, when it comes to things like abortions, I think it's right for them to say, listen, we're going to stay out of it and let the states handle, right?
That is such a hypocritical thing. You just said you believe in essential freedoms, which would be freedom of choice.
Exactly.
That's an essential freedom.
You know what the
abortion
governor
is not
said?
essential
You know what the
freedom.
governor
Yes, it
what
is.
that governor said about
Okay,
when you
so
take
you-
it from a woman?
What?
You know what the Texas governor said about you take it from a woman, they still gotta have a baby? And you know how he said he gonna get rid of that? He just said they just gonna get rid of it. No
All right, so
actual
Flakko, tell me this: you've been in LA for a good 90 days, right?
Yeah.
All right, boom, you go to Chick-fil-A, you see a little shorty, you like, oh, she looking like I can start sending her that 5K instead of my old bitch that I'll be cashing out and shit, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you start smacking. You don't
Cracking
really
cheeks deviously.
want to strap up, right?
Yeah. Huh?
You go in there and you going in that thing raw.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Boom.
Because you gonna try to trap her.
You got your shorty back home still.
Yeah.
And this girl tell you like, Flakko, Paco,
Flacco's gonna marry her.
Flakko.
Tupaco.
Big Flakko. Yes.
Pause.
Yo, whoa.
Pause. I mean, hey,
Pause.
man, pause. Okay. Yes.
Pause.
Slideway was looking at me.
Whoa. don't look over here neither. She tell you she pregnant.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm keeping the baby, right? But here's my thing, though. I'm not saying that I'm anti-abortion. I'm just saying, right, that like there's a reason why, let's say, like California, abortions probably would never be illegal in California, right? Why? Because like the general population believes they are like pro-abortion. However,
see-
in Oklahoma, they're probably anti-abortion. So hence,
That's not true, dude.
Yeah.
we shouldn't
The
tell
general
those niggas how to do it.
population
Yeah,
feels
yeah, that's
that
like
abortion should
13%.
be illegal
Where?
This is like 13%
in the United
of
States
people.
where you live.
No, right? I'm talking about like individual states. You feel me? Like for example, like deep down south.
I'm talking about the majority of the population across the entire country.
I'm saying right, but the states should govern themselves, right? Like
That's
for
what
example,
they do. That's typically what they do.
and I believe that states should have the power to say, "Yo, abortion is legal in this state because the majority of us not fucking with it."
So do you
that's
have that
not
same
true.
energy for New York that just had federal law come down about their guns? You had to say that, right?
Here, so like, or like the
So you just
majority
gonna
of
ignore
like.
that? You gonna ignore that?
No, right. So like, I'm trying to like
It doesn't fit his agenda.
No, right? So question for you. So do the majority of like New Yorkers, are they pro or anti-gun?
It's New York. Of course, they anti-gun.
So then
But
those people
the
should have
feds-
laws.
The feds came through and said,
Yeah.
y'all stipulations is way too high. We getting rid of that shit.
Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. We just hit 200K. We're trying to get to 300K.
Turn us up.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's go.